Alright, so this is going to be a YouTube video. I appreciate you guys signing up for or subscribing. On this video there'll be commentary, but I'm going to put on the timestamp when we're going to kind of work on some of the questions that people have. Again, if you guys have any questions, you could send it to the email niiiatrec@gmail.com. Any questions about creating your animation, or if you got any tips for me as well, put it in the chat. If you see me using a certain program, and you, the only really program I beg for would be like a super fine detailed, vector tracer or something close to that. Alright, which video should I be doing first? So this one here is we're gonna use all our stuff here and create a puppet for your character. Just make sure everything looks pretty close to the template. So when you're trying to, in this case I'm trying to match all of these parts together. So what you can do is you can go to this up here, object, click on that. Did I pick the wrong one? Yeah, okay, there it is, objects. Click on that. And I'm using the full image here as a template. Alright, so have that here. Let's find out where that is located. I don't see it there. Alright, let's try a different way. Alright. Got these Christmas songs still banging in my head. Oh, okay, I see that. Alright, so there we go. It's just too light. So what you can do here, we can change the opacity here, like so. And then what we want to do here is lock this down so it doesn't move while we're trying to match up our pieces here. Alright, so first piece will be the jumpsuit here. Alright, that should be good enough. Let's get the hoodie. See if that matches up. Alright, close enough. And the arm. And sometimes people are asking me about the hands. I usually will use the hands in MOHO. Just because those I want to get sometimes get the shading done correctly. It's pretty close. Oh, no, it's not. Alright, pretty close enough there. And finally the head. Like so. And this is for the question of using a rig using PNG image. Okay, we got everything we need here. So yep. Right up there. And we're going to just export all of these separate pieces. So we'll have the left arm, right arm, and the body, and the hoodie, if I didn't say the hoodie already. So we'll export this. That's good enough. So we'll export, replace that, and export this. just change it to a lot of B's for a body. And then this here. And we'll just put a lot of H's. Then export that as well. When we go to MOHO, I forgot I was messing around with this. Alright, what we'll do is we'll create a new one. So, new, there we go. And we're going to import all our pieces here. And first we're going to create a group. And we'll name it CT for the group. And now let's get our pieces. So we have the hoodie, body, the head. Where are my arms? Alright, doesn't matter. We'll do it again. So, arm here. Put a couple A's there. And then this arm here, we'll put a couple of 2's connected with the A. Export that. And go back here. Where are my arms located? There we go. So that's not going to work because that's black attached to it. What is going on with this thing? Alright, let's try it again, shall we? And these are not vectors, they're just pieces here. Do the vector layers later. Export. Yes. Replace. And the arm here. Let's put a couple of A's and then 2. Save. And now let's see. Alright, there's our arm. Okay. Yep, we're missing another arm, so let's go find the image of the other arm. Tripping. I could have swore I just. Alright, let's see. Alright, there we go. So we got all our pieces. And the head, we can move that into position. Right, so that's the body. We'll just name that CD. Perfect. Alright, so couple of things here. Whenever we are trying to put these all together, you want to make sure your pivot point is set up correctly for the head, right about here, like so. And then you can check it by just seeing where that pivot, that's good, right where we want it. Alright, next thing here will be the body part. On the body part, whenever I do a one piece body part, I'll put the center towards the feet, or where the feet technically would be. So, yep, perfect. And so the body, then hoodie is the one I was missing. So hood. Alright, so we know that'll go on top of everything. Place that there. Okay, and then this head here, move that right there. Alright, then our arm, make sure we got that pivot point right about here, where the joint may be. Check it, see if it's right. Yep, good enough. Move that over here, and that'll be below, like so. And then this arm here goes here. Alright, so let's go put all of these into one group here. You know what, we're not going to need to do that because we're going to use a character wizard. So what we'll do here next is we will go to character wizard, click on that. It does have a lot of different angles, but if we look at the characters angles, so right like that, right? So we only are going to import this view. So this where it says export all, it would basically give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, but the only one we want to use is going to be the one like this character is facing. So we'll go back here, like so. All right. And we're going to adjust movement because whoever created this made the movement super crazy when he's walking. So what we need to do here is change the step distance, and so we don't need that much height. Right, arm swing, we're going to take this all the way down like that, and then his torso bend as well. Right, and you can play around with these as you see fit. He's walking a little bit too fast for my liking. Maybe take it down one more. And it's kind of close. And a little bit less. Alright, that's good enough. And then we're going to put OK. And there we go. Now let's go ahead and match this as close as we can get it. Alright, so move this over here. And first, we're going to do a couple things here. Okay. So we're going to click the shift button here, so we can grab everything we want to grab. Start here, and we're going to shift, and then we'll grab all the other pieces that are together. And we're going to stuff it in this folder here, like that. And I'm also going to go ahead and duplicate these pieces as well. That's weird. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and do these separately. So let's go ahead and duplicate that one. And then duplicate this one. Okay. This one as well. Probably could have did when I select them all. I could have just did that as well. But I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Duplicate that. So okay. So alright, so we can get rid of this one. And we can get these all in order like that. And let's go ahead and create a group. And we're going to put everything into this layer here. So we're going take all these pieces here and put it in the layers, and we can just put CT2. Alright. So if we open this up here, it's going to have all different pieces that make up this body. So first thing, I'm going to change the pivot point on this, and you see where this star is. We're not going to use that. We're going to do the same thing we did in this character. So I want the pivot point to be at the feet, like that. And let's check to see if it's right where I want it. Perfect. Alright, so I guess I can make this other one get it a little larger. And there's other ways to, when you do build these, that may make it a lot easier when you're trying to like match something up. Well, for the sake of time, we won't worry about that for now. And it's close enough. Alright. So what we'll do here is we'll open this up here, and we are going to work on the head part, so which is right here. So we're going to take our head here. I'm sorry, it's the wrong one. How many things do I have running here? What's this one? What was I doing with this one here? Oh, I remember. Alright. We'll play around with that later. Okay. And close. No. No. Oh. Edit and undo. So when you can associate these, right? So if I have our one, all right, so CD2. All right, so if I open this up here, and this is going to be this puppet, we can put this head into this like so. With the distortion, gotta remember to keep it as close as possible. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what happens with this. So since it is in the group with the head, let's see if we can make something move, and we'll just test it to see what that looks like. So yep. So let's go ahead and move this where it needs to be, right here. And okay. Now if I go in here and I remove this head here like so, alright, that's so if I go here and we remove the other one, we'll associate it with this. Right, so it does the same thing that it would do technically with the other one, the one we replaced, right? So if I want it to, I'll move this head lower and do that. Alright, next part here, we go to can't remember if I closed the illustrator here. So the next one we can mess with for the head region as well is this little hoodie part. And go. Alright, so that's here. So if you see our pivot point, which is this little red X, we want to change that. And move it a little bit. First, let's go ahead and put it inside the layer here. And we'll put it right next to that headpiece. Sure. Alright, and we gotta fix this pivot point here. Okay, so this pivot point would change that. And right about there. And you can always play around with all of this later on. Alright, so I'll do that right about. And if you need your template, you can always go back and grab that. Alright, next thing here, we're going to put this body inside this character wizard created character. And we'll put this right about here. And these are kind of going backwards because I didn't make the adjustment for the other one. But we don't really need that for this puppet thing to work. To see better, we're going to just remove all these here, get it out the way. Alright, so move that out of the way here. Now, just for it being inside that same layer, let's just see what happens here. Nothing, right? So in order to associate it this here, just click on that and we'll start selecting bones. So get invisible so we can see a little bit better. I'll make a one about patches later, which is these little pieces here, but we can see well enough. So let's go in and click on this here, and we're going to click shift and then select bone, which is this first one, and we're going to grab this, and this part here, shoulders, like so. And we can also do just a little portion of here, like that. Okay, and then we are going to go back to where our piece was for the body. It's this here, and you can kind of line it up the way you like here. So let me see if it's kind of lined up. No, a little bit of change. Let's just pull it up a little bit. Right about there. So where these points right here is kind of really where you want the joint to be. Get rid of that upper patch out of the way. Right, so we have these point here and this point here, right? So we're going to go ahead and click on this, and then we're going to click on use selected bones for flex binding, like so. And then we can go over the arms lastly here. Alright, so next we'll just do the two arms. About one of the arms. Yeah, which one is this one? Alright, so this one here fits in there. And however you want to line it up. It's a little bit small, but make sure kind of pivot points right where we need it to be. Alright, so if we go back, let's see if it put it on top. Make sure that one, yeah, it's that one here. So put it on top, and pivot point. So this red X, we're just gonna click that for here. So that'll be our pivot point for the arm. If you want, I can send you all the pieces to all the puppets that we went over. Just let me know. And that same email. So if we look at this pivot point here, right, that X, and you see where this joint is right here, it's kind of right where we want it, right there. And technically we could use a patch for a lot of this, but that's right about there is where you want it. Okay, yeah, so it's that pivot point here, like that. So if I bring this, kind of move this, okay. So technically whenever this, we have the angle there like that, that's where the angle will be. If you want to make adjustments to kind of line up everything, you can do that. I do that once everything's vectored and cleaned out, but we don't need to do a lot of that today. So the arm here. So we'll go back to this web bones, and we're going to select shift. Alright, let's move this body out the way, see it a little bit better. Alright, so shift, and then we're going to select this on here. Oh, first we got to use the select bone. Alright, and we'll click on that one here, that one there, and even though the hand's not there yet, click on that. So, and then we'll go back to the arm here, and we're going to click on use selected bones for flex binding. Alright, and then see. Okay, so alright, and then lastly here will be the other arm, and this is only for like small animations, not going to be a fully rigged character, but that's what it's for. So let's go ahead and this arm here, and we'll put it here, and fit it down a little bit. If you are a person that takes their time on here, whenever you do get a fully character and you add the patches and everything that you need, it looks really clean. I'll probably go over that in a different video. So click this here, same thing on this side here. Here for this pivot point right there, line it up with the X like so. Kind of too long, let's shorten this up. There we go. Alright. Right about there. And we're going to do the same thing we did for the first arm. We're going to go back up and click on here. and select bones, and then we're going to click on, I can't remember, did I add that other one? Can't remember if I did or not. Alright, let's see. We'll click on this portion, this, and then the hand, like so. So we should, oh, forgot to hit shift, that would help. So when you hit shift, you're able to select more than one bone. So I think we got, I can't remember which one was associated with this. Alright, we'll just try it anyway, see what happens. Can't remember if I did. And let's go ahead and go back here to the arm. And then we'll go back to use select bones. And that should be it there. Alright, let's bring in the body. And pieces for the head. And so everything's inside the character wizard, and if we wanted to do a walk cycle, let's see if it works here. Just go to Windows, and then you go to Actions, and then you'll click on the walk. Double click it, it should pop up like so. Nope, I thought I did it. So let's now, if you see all these things bending like that, we're going to fix that real quick here. First stop, and let's go ahead and grab that here and edit and copy, and let's see. Okay, so let's go back. Let's grab this pieces and then edit, copy, and then I'm gonna try to keep this separate. Just trying to check something here. Edit, paste. Alright, so we're gonna kind of move some stuff around here. Give me 1 second. And for the walk cycle here, I'm going to click control and use my mouse, the left click. Oh, did I do the wrong one? Is it alt? Then that? Yep, it's alternate. So alternate, and then if I left click, it'll create a green arrow. And then I'll right click here. They're playing. Let's see. Okay, let's go back. So control, can't remember, so control. Maybe it was it alt? Alright, so if I go back here and we're going to change the association, and which is here, like that. So if I click on that here, and we can go back to the bones. Okay, so then what we're going to do here is I'm going to just change the selection for the bones. So I'm going to click on the shift and let's just go with this bone here and this one here, this one, and then this one here. Alright, so let's change that and see. Okay, which is there. Alright, then let's go ahead and go back to the bone. You select bones. Let's see if it changes the walk a little bit. And most of the time you could just use this for the walk cycle. That's it. That's why. Let's go back to one, and then to here. So sure this is lined up right. Okay, there, control. So if you're doing a scene, I'm gonna fix this hood thing here. It's bothering me a little bit. And that's because the head is probably not the right place. And let's go back to this piece. So that's good there. Okay, then we go here. So if you just want to show the top half of walking for like a so right about there. And everything else that we have in this part, you can delete or add anything you like. So if you're trying to do just a close-up back shot like that, and let's see if I can add something here. Add image. And you can change or play around with, to get it to the way you want it. The next thing we'll do is I'll go over patches and then fixing that flex out kind of walk. And paste. And I'll mark that on uh, the page 2. All right. We'll do the patches next, and we'll fix all this rubbery kind of movement, and we'll probably add a scene to that as well. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, again, you can put it in the comment section, or you can send an email to niiiatrec@gmail.com.